You should know your balance sheet. You should understand that. You should understand your profit and loss, and you should also understand your revenue.
You ladies look beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for being here today. This is a really good one. That's why they save the best for last.
Ooh.
Okay.
Hello.
So can you both share a little about your personal experience with accelerator programs? Nancy, we'll start with you, and then we'll go to Kate.
Sure. So when we started our business in 2020, we realized that there was a lot of things that we didn't know, and you don't know what you don't know as a new business owner. And I saw Fearless Fund had just started their initial program, Get Venture Ready, with Ari and Simone. And I decided to sign up because I saw that Beatrice Dixon of the Honey Pot was going to be doing a fireside chat, and I wanted to learn as much as I could. So some of these, even though they say they're accelerator programs, they are really programs, more so resources than they are programs. So I've been a part of several accelerators, one of them being Goldman Sachs, which I actually just completed. It's the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses, which I implore you to please sign up. They are having a webinar on Monday, and my recruiter happens to be in the audience, Paisley Denby. So if you get the chance, please look into that. And I've had some really great experiences with accelerators and even post programs that are like accelerators, very similar.
Most definitely.
So similar to Nancy, I am a graduate of the 10,000 Small Business Program, Goldman Sachs program. And I too have done a couple of other accelerators, one of which I want to throw out because I'm not sure people are aware of this organization. It's called Buy from a Black Woman. And they have different accelerator programs over the course of the year. The one that I just completed was getting my minority certification. And it was a great 8-week experience, and I've now walked away with the credential that others were talking about this afternoon.
Right. So Caitlin, we'll start with you. What sparked your interest in joining an accelerator program?
A bunch of my friends had done the Goldman Sachs program and spoke highly about it. I think I applied 2 or 3 times before I finally was accepted. So, accelerator programs are choosy, and they should be choosy. I wasn't ready, and I was accepted when I was finally ready. But I was intrigued by the resources and the educational components, the networking opportunities, and then potential beyond that.
So for me, the most intense one that I've been in so far has actually been the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses, because they make you go through modules. You're actually working on every component and facet that you can think of for your business, which is really important. Sometimes we gloss over certain areas of the processes, but it's really key that you understand every aspect of your business. So similar, my partner applied for Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses, and she didn't get in, I think in either 2021, and she said, you should apply. And so many people had encouraged me to apply, and so I did, and I got in, but I really wasn't interested in getting in. Honestly, it wasn't my dream to be a part of it. I will tell you, I'm so grateful that I did in hindsight, but it wasn't something that I wanted to do because I heard that they had you go through your financials. And I was afraid of even looking at what my financials were because my partner was a former CFO, and she was doing a great job. But what I needed to understand were the numbers and everything behind the business that makes it run so that we could set better goals. And so even though she understood how to run the business, we weren't setting real life goals. We just put numbers out there and said, we're gonna get there. But we didn't put the process in place on how we were going to get there step by step. The other, another great program that I was part of was Tory Burch. And that is a really great program that I also encourage. It's women, it focuses on women education, mentorship, and it's a great program as well. So Goody Nation is a post accelerator program. And what I love about that particular one is that they have huddles every week. They put you in groups, so if you're CPG or if you're service oriented, they put you in similar groups, and you talk about issues that you as a business owner, especially if you're a solopreneur, will help you to get over those humps, because if you're a solopreneur, you don't have anyone to ask particular questions day to day, so it really helps individuals.
Right. I'm hearing you both make mention, a friend told you to apply, you're even mentioning some of the accelerators you've been a part of, but how did you find out about the accelerator programs? Caitlin.
You know, really word of mouth and networking, talking with people, and then doing my homework.
Right.
Sitting down and learning about the different programs I was interested in, looking at the qualifications they were looking for to determine whether or not I personally was at the right place, to determine whether or not my business was at the right place. I didn't want to waste my time or the time of even the folks reading the applications. And I now have been on the other side where I've had the opportunity to read applications. Don't waste people's time. Make sure that when you are applying, you know what you're applying for. Fill out the application appropriately, thoughtfully, and prepare for the interview. Don't just show up. Show up ready to put your best foot forward.
I would say the same thing. Make sure that your business aligns with the accelerator or any type of program that you're going to be in. For instance, we applied for Techstars, but we're not really a technical company, so it doesn't necessarily align with the goals that we had. So it wasn't something that when we did the interview, we weren't ready. Right? So what you just said is very key. Amazon has an accelerator, not the Amazon Black Accelerator program, but they have a technical accelerator. Again, not aligned with my business because we are a CPG organization, right? We do eyewear. So we're consumer products. It's really key that whatever it is that you do, it just makes sense for your business. You don't want to just apply because they have money. Because a lot of them do offer you non-dilutive cash, which means that they're not taking any equity or anything like that from you, but they give you cash, they give you mentorship. Goody Nation gave us cash, which was really great. Another really, really good one is Fiverr Future Collective. They give you 13 hours of core curriculum and 60 hours of one-on-one coaching. So that's another great opportunity, but again, it needs to align with your business, and if it doesn't, do not waste your time.
Yeah, definitely. So let's touch on the expectations versus reality with accelerator programs and how it plays into choosing which program is right for your business. Caitlin.
So you heard Nancy say that she graduated from Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program on Thursday. I think it's hard to know exactly what these programs are until you get in them. Even if you talk to friends who have done them, I will say it was the most intense 3-month period that I had gone through. It was definitely what I needed. They are forcing you to take a step outside of your business to work on your business and to begin to think about your business in a different way, to really think like a CEO thinks. You have to set aside the time to get the most out of the programs. The programs are there, they are well programmed. If you show up but don't do the work, you're not going to walk away from the program with the things and the tools and the information that you should be walking away with. Nowadays, there are a lot of programs that are giving out money. When I did the Goldman Sachs program, and I don't think this will ever change, there's no money is changing hands. But they're investing about $50,000 per scholar. And so when you think about that, that's an investment in your business, which means it's worth your time to do the things they're asking you to do so that you can get out of the program what they're trying to give to you.
Yeah. Goldman Sachs, I would say, is the place where you unearth opportunities that exist that you didn't realize, right? You're a pond, you're thinking as your business as a pond, but you're really a sea, an ocean. There's so much opportunity, and I always think about Ralph Lauren. He started out with ties. What does he not do today? think about it from that perspective, right? Because it is creating opportunities so that you can become a job creator. You're not doing this just for yourself. You're not doing this just so that you can continue, like I heard someone say before, continue to make candles at home by yourself and you don't want other people coming in and helping you. You're doing this so not only are you going to become a candle maker, but you start making perfumes and you start doing oils and whatever it is that's in your dream, you can continue to do it. And I believe that is what Goldman Sachs incentivizes you to do. It makes you dream the larger dream, things that you never thought that you could do. I want to say that I started out saying, oh yeah, we do eyewear and we can sell it here and we can sell it there. By the time I was done, I had like 10 other things that I know that we're going to implement in the business and really 10x what it is that we're doing. So if you think along those lines, you'll be super successful. But again, alignment is so key, and putting in the work. Don't just say you're going to do it, put in the work. And another great thing about the program, you find your tribe. You really find your tribe. We were in this program together over 3 months, and these people I know that I will have lifelong friendships with, and we will lean on each other, and you need that. You need people who are business-minded.
So when it comes to the application process, what are some things that entrepreneurs should look out for?
Oh, sorry.
Answer the question.
Right.
Yeah. Read the application before you start answering, and really think through your responses. And if you are applying to a number of different programs or grants or whatever it is you're applying for, have a master document where you've got responses. You can do some cutting and pasting. Have your financials together, because most programs want to see what your numbers are. And take your time. Don't wait till the last minute, which, as entrepreneurs, I am certainly very guilty of. But give yourself time so that you can be successful. You can put together a great packet for somebody to sit down and review.
Yeah. And I would also say be transparent, be honest, and tell a good story. Look at your story from the inside out, because sometimes we can't see that because we're in the business. But you are a storyteller, and you have to tell your story and be good at telling that story so somebody wants to invest, because what they're doing is investing in you. This is a full investment. So definitely answer the questions. Create that master document, have your financials in order. Don't say my accountant handles that. Learn your numbers. Very key.
Okay. Yes. So Kaylin, you've experienced great success with Goldman Sachs after joining one of their accelerator programs. What advice do you have when it comes to continuing a relationship after completing your program?
So when we graduated, and I'm sure they said this to you on Thursday, when we graduated from the program, they told us, keep in touch. Let us know what's going on with your business. We are going to send surveys every 6 months or so, because we need to manage our numbers and know what our graduates are doing. And for those who do follow through on that, when opportunities come to us, and one of my Goldman Sachs sisters is in the audience right here, and she's nodding because she knows it's true. When opportunities come up where we can involve our alums, we will involve you. And I took that to heart. Yep. So I graduated from the program March 2018, and November 2018, I received an invitation to be a vendor at the Goldman Sachs holiday market, which is a huge deal within Goldman Sachs. I've done that now. I think we're getting ready to do our 5th one. I was invited by Goldman Sachs to participate at the Sisters Inc. Summit, the Black Enterprise Women of Power Summit last year sometime, last spring. I reconnected with Dawn in September because Goldman invited me to participate in a Women of Color Capital Conference that was happening. So they were true to their word and I was true to my word. And as you have an opportunity to meet people within these accelerator networks, Meet them, follow up with them, send an email, let folks know what you're doing. You're not bothering them. You may not hear from them, but they're paying attention. They are watching.
Right.
I became an ambassador for Goldman Sachs, so I know that I will forever be in touch. Same for Tory Burch. And then also, keep in touch with your advisors. They want to know what you're continuing to do. And my partner and I, we are just really great networkers. We keep in touch. I am, this is like homecoming for me because I'm also part of the Black Enterprise family.
Yes.
I was employed here for many years, one of my favorite places to be. So, when you continue to network, you keep these little extensions that keep going. And so when you need someone, they can help you find those individuals. So for me, it's all about just interconnectivity, networking, and staying together.
So is there any advice you have for getting the most out of an accelerator program?
I think you learn the most. Hey, Mary, I see you. I think you learn the most from the people that you are in the program with. And one of my biggest takeaways was the accountability partners that I gained through the program, some of whom are, all of whom I'm going to keep in touch with. I was in a small cohort of 30 women that was partially funded by the Tory Burch Foundation. So I had a really special experience, and it was almost like being in a sorority house. You don't like everybody, but you love everybody.
Yeah.
That said, of my accountability partners, some of have become truly, truly close friends that we do lots together that has nothing to do with our businesses, but I also know when I need to talk to someone, whatever time of day or night it is, I can pick up the phone, I can send a text, and I'm going to get a response immediately. That's who you learn from, and that's how you can work to move forward. Those are the people who are going to be looking out for you.
Yeah. So going back to Goldman Sachs, we build a life plan, a live plan. And I would say that you should continue to keep that plan live and not do like a business plan that you build and then you just look at it when you need to send it to investors. Really go back to that plan, and every time something changes, update it and continue to build on it, because your company is ever growing. It's not going to stay stagnant unless you just don't move. So it's really important to follow those steps and key processes and keep them going as your business continues to grow. We had the pandemic. People had to pivot. Some people went out of business because they didn't know how to pivot. So if you have that plan, you look at all the opportunities that existed and go back to one of those that you can actually make happen and bring to fruition.
We're about to open it up for questions, so if you have questions, our microphone is right there and you can start lining up to ask them. And while they do that, I want to ask, where would you suggest entrepreneurs can go to find out about accelerator programs? And are there any keywords or descriptors that an applicant should look out for when applying?
Yeah, well, for me, I typed in accelerator programs, typed in consumer product goods because that's my area, women-owned accelerator, black women, anything that you can type in that you can think of relates to your business is how you're going to find it. But realistically, there is under like Fearless Fund, under Tory Burch, all these different companies, some of them have a list of different things that, for instance, we were recently a part of Brookfield Partners. My partner did that one for retail, to open up a retail store. And on their website, they actually have a document that lists all of the grants and accelerator programs that you can get into. So if you go to Brookfield Partners, you'll be able to find that list of different accelerators and grants that are available across the country. Yeah.
And I'm just going to do one more shameless plug for Goldman, because that's clearly why we're here today.
Right.
But Goldman Sachs has something called the Black in Business Accelerator Program, which I'm not sure if folks are aware of, but it is specifically for Black women-owned businesses in the very early stages. The fourth cohort is graduating on Tuesday. Applications are probably due soon for the fifth cohort. I want to say they are looking for businesses that are generating about $25,000 a year. So it's kind of a mini version of the 10KSB program, and I think there's a $2,000 stipend. So that might be a great place to start.
All right, all right. So let's open it up to the questions that we have.
Hi. I heard you say a lot about numbers. Know your numbers, know your financials. Firm believer in that. But here's the thing. What exactly are the numbers in the financials that most of these accelerators are looking for? That's the first question. And then, thanks for the plug on the Business Accelerator Blackson program that you just said for $25K. But what is the base gross revenue that most of these accelerators are looking for you to even gain entry? So those two questions.
Okay, so I would say that for Goldman Sachs, I believe it's 75,000 is what they're looking for. And for Tory Burch, they're looking for you to be in business probably about 2 years, maybe 50,000. So they vary. It's not just one number that they're looking for. The other thing that they're looking for is you should know your balance sheet. You should understand that. You should understand your profit and loss, and you should also understand your revenue. Right? So look at your revenue year over year, your balance sheet, and your profit and loss, and know what those, cost of goods, all of the things that are in between. So that's what you're going to be looking for.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yes, Miss Anita.
Hey, everybody. Anita Pierce, recent graduate of the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business. I was actually in Nancy's cohort, but my question is about your experience, like your true experience through all of the accelerators. Like, what can you really say that you took away? And because I know that, Nancy, you've done a few, and also you've done a few. Like, what did you really take? Was it just the networking? Did I really grow as a business owner? Can I really look at my numbers, honestly, throughout that? Because when you look at the work that we just completed, most of us felt a certain kind of way, but it was an experience that I can definitely say that I am really grateful and looking forward to what I'm going to be doing in the years to come. So, to share.
Yeah. I would say that for Goldman Sachs, I'm still a little scared of the numbers, but I'm not afraid to look at them anymore. I actually embrace them a lot more. What I took away from Tory Burch is they had mentors, and one of those things is they taught speech, how to speak and how to get in front of a room and look in front of you and not look behind, because even if you make a mistake, nobody in the room knows that you made that mistake. So don't worry about it. Just keep going and make it a seamless practice. So everything teaches something different. Goody Nation has something called Founders Need Therapy Too. And so they have huddles. So from that, we take away, you're not alone in this space. You think that only your website crashed during Black Friday? You're not the only one. Things happen. So you get to hear stories and how people overcome those things. So each one of these cohorts have been different in their own way.
I would say for me, doing the Goldman program was a pivotal point in my business's trajectory. I, like many of you, started my business in my living room. It was an idea that I kind of hoped would have some legs, but I didn't really know how or where or why. And like I said, I applied a couple of times to the Goldman program and did not get in. I did finally get in, and being in the program gave me a level of confidence about what I could do as a CEO, about what my business could do. It let me dream that I could get into a big box store. At the time, I was still in my living room, and by the end of the program, we had moved into office space. So for me, on a personal level, it just gave me the confidence. It felt like, wow, Goldman Sachs is investing all of this money in me. They think that I have the chops to make this happen. And it just, it could have been a head game, I don't know, but it worked for me. So on a personal level, it did a lot in addition to all the other things.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Andrea, and I am aspiring to be a cafe owner in Mount Vernon. And I want to thank both of you ladies, Caitlin and Nancy, for inspiring us to move forward and to take the challenge, especially to take advantage of the courses from Goldman Sachs. I was offered a seat at the table to take a course, and I was wavering whether I should or should not. And I'm so glad I came here today because I know I will be moving forward. Again, thank you for your inspiration, and God bless you. Continue what you're doing.
Thank you, Andrea.
All right.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
What's your question? Don't be shy.
Come on, you can do it. Come on, hurry up. Come on, you got this. Come on.
How did you make your business?
Okay.
Aw.
Good question.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your question. My business came about because my partner and I, we lost our glasses. And we decided that we wanted to make glasses that were better fitting for people who have diverse features. So we even make children's eye glasses. So if you need glasses, we have glasses for you too. Thank you for your question.
Hi, good evening. My name is Dr. Natasha Ramsey. I'm a pediatrician and the founder of Gorgeous Sex Ed, which is an organization that creates sexual health images for young people that are diverse and medically accurate. I just want to say thank you for all of the information that you've given to everyone tonight. And I also wanted to plug an accelerator program that I'm in called Communitas America, and it's in New York, so I encourage all of you to apply. And also I did another program that was online that's completely free that's called the Cornell Women's Business Entrepreneurship something another, and it's completely free. So those are two things that I have been a part of that have been really helpful. My question for you guys is, how do you know when you've hit a point of saturation with doing accelerator programs or doing programs like this? Because obviously they make you look at your business, you make a business model, et cetera. How do you know when it's time to stop doing accelerators and try like a different mechanism?
I'm done.
Well, you've done 12, so.
She's done 12, yes.
No, realistically, this particular one was probably the most intense and made me reflect and look at my business in a different way that I've never done before. And there's so much to take away from this that I don't have time to do anything else moving forward, at least for the next year or so. If I'm going to do something, it's going to be on a completely different level, something that we just never thought of before. But it cannot be similar to anything that we've done already. Yeah.
And I would say the Goldman program is the first accelerator that I did, and it really set the bar, quite frankly. I have done a couple of others that have been helpful in different ways, but for me, this program really gave me what I needed, and it's just about implementing from that point moving forward.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ramsey.
Good afternoon. My name is Arume Agbeyegbe Hayes, and I am also a Goldman Sachs graduate. Thank you. I was in the same course with Nancy. So my question for you is, because I've had a couple of my contacts ask me about getting into the program, and they tell me that they don't meet all the qualifications. However, I know that there is an informational session, which is in itself very educative, and you can get a lot of nuggets from it. Would you say it's advisable for the sisters here who are thinking about getting into the program to go and explore that free seminar so they can think about getting
Absolutely. So there is a webinar that's taking place on Monday, and Paisley can tell everybody about that in detail. So it is completely free, and if you are looking to 10x your business, realistically, you should do this program. Sign up. Do not waste your time not doing it. I think you're hurting yourself not participating. It is one of the best programs that you can ever be a part of, truly. And I'm not just saying that, it is the truth.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so
you.
much. Thank you, ladies. You did phenomenal.